Hey everybody, it's Mike from InflatableBoarder.com, and today I'm going to be showing you some of our favorite inflatable stand-up paddleboards from 2022. Now we've picked these boards for a variety of different reasons and to fit a variety of different paddlers. There's not necessarily one that's the best out of all of them, but there are best boards for different people and for different purposes. One thing these boards all do have in common though is that we like them and we don't hesitate recommending it. We're going to get things started with the Blackfin Ultra CX by iRocker. This is a brand new board for this year. It's just released in the spring of 2022. One of the things that we really like about it is its new interior construction. This makes the board lighter. It's less than 20 pounds, and it also makes it ultra compact, folding into a bag about half the size of a standard bag. This makes it excellent for people who like to travel a lot, don't have a whole lot of extra space, because it does just fold down into the size of a large suitcase, much smaller than the standard bag. You still get all of the features that you would expect on your Blackfin board, including your cargo areas, handles, and action mounts. You also still have the carbon fiber enhanced rail. On the water, the Blackfin CX Ultra is also very stiff, very fast, and just a super fun board to paddle around in general. The new Blackfin CX Ultra also includes an electric pump standard. You don't have to buy it separate, and it makes inflating your board an absolute breeze. The aisle switch is a bit of a latecomer for 2022, being announced just this summer, but has quickly made its way into our list of best stand-up paddleboards. The aisle switch is actually a dual sport paddleboard, so it is first and foremost a stand-up paddleboard, but it's also designed to be an inflatable kayak as well. And the kit includes an inflatable kayak seat, foot brace, and paddle. The switch is 35.5 inches wide and has this nice wide outline to it, making it incredibly stable. But at the same time, it's super lightweight thanks to its new construction, weighing only about 19 pounds. What's really interesting is that on the water, this board performs extremely well. It's not only stable, but it's also fast and efficient. It's easily one of the fastest boards of its size. Combine that with the aisle link system that they've included with over 40 of these loops, where you can customize exactly where you want your cargo areas or your kayak seat or anything else you want to attach, and you've got an extremely versatile, extremely stable, lightweight stand-up paddleboard and inflatable kayak. The Thurso WaterWalker 132 has been on our list for quite a while, and for a lot of really good reasons. It's really an excellent quality board. It's built super well. It's got woven drop stitch and carbon fiber reinforced rails. It also balances a lot of versatility with a nice clean look. So we have these large cargo areas. We also have several extra D-rings for kayak seat attachments or a number of things. We've got paddle holders and action mounts. The WaterWalker also performs really well on the water. It accelerates quick, it's fun, it's sporty when you want it to be, it's stable when you want it to be, and it also includes a great quality kit. Excellent paddle, excellent pump, high quality wheeled bag. The whole thing together just creates an excellent value for anyone looking for a very versatile all-around paddleboard. The 2022 Nautical 10-foot 6-inch inflatable stand-up paddleboard has made it to our best list for a number of reasons. One of which is just the incredible value that it presents for new paddlers and paddlers who don't necessarily want to go spend $1,000 on a paddleboard. The Nautical 10.6 is a great size, it fits most paddlers, and it's actually very stable on the water. It has a number of onboard features, including multiple storage areas, passenger handles, it's kayak seat compatible, it has threaded action mounts, and 3 removable fins. All of that, and it also has a 2-year warranty. And for a board at this price point, that's an incredible deal. Not to mention that it also comes with a fiberglass paddle, where most budget boards you get an aluminum one. Overall, the Nautical is one of the best values for a new paddleboarder on a budget. The Gili Sports 10-foot 6-inch Meno is an incredibly stable, incredibly versatile board. It has higher end construction with its carbon fiber reinforced rails, 18 D-rings, and 5 different action mounts placed around the board, so you can customize it to whatever you need, whether that is cleaning the deck off for yoga or whether that's loading it up for overnight camping or fishing. In addition to the versatility on top of the board, the Gili 10-foot 6-inch Meno also has 3 removable fin boxes on the back, and it includes multiple sizes of fins with your kit so you can adjust it to match your conditions. At 35 inches wide, it's excellent for beginner paddlers who are a little bit worried about their stability, or for paddlers who want a little bit more versatility in carrying cargo or passengers than they could with a standard all-around board that might only be 32 inches wide. Honu is an Australian paddleboard company that's been around for quite a while, but only recently made its debut in the States in the last 2 years. and the Byron has quickly become one of our favorite all-around paddleboards. It's a super lightweight, super stiff board that has just a wonderful feel to paddle. It's sporty, it's fun. It is a little bit minimalist on the deck, but we do think that the performance really shines in this board. One of the reasons why is because it's only 4.7 inches thick. When you look at this board, it is thinner than most of the 6-inch inflatable paddleboards out there, and that gives you a feeling that lets you kind of move through the water a little bit more than on top of it. It also improves how well you can engage the edges, and that's especially fun and noticeable when you're back on the board, whether you're playing around doing some pivot turns or if you're trying to do a little bit of surfing. The Byron really stands out as a performance board that's there for the intermediate advanced paddler, but also is an excellent stable board for a beginner paddler as well. The Gods Skylla is in our list of best all-around stand-up paddleboards, but it really should be in its own class of best crossover paddleboards. The Skylla does an excellent job of bridging the gap between a stable, all-around paddleboard that's super beginner-friendly and a touring board that's fast and efficient on the water. It's a new board for Gods for 2022, and it also uses a new construction that keeps it at an ultralight, sub-20-pound weight. The Skylla is still incredibly stiff. Its 33-inch width keeps it nice and stable, and its streamlined shape keeps it fast and efficient on the water. Not to mention, like all of Gods' other boards, it has some fantastic artwork, not just here with the wonderful looking deck, but also with a fantastic muralistic depiction of a mythological hippocampus, half fish, half horse, on the bottom. It's just absolutely gorgeous to look at, and it's almost a shame that it's on the bottom instead of the top. The Nixy Newport has made it to our best list for a number of excellent reasons. One of them is its incredible construction. So we have woven drop stitching, we have carbon fiber reinforced rails, and all that adds up to a board that's not only super stiff, but also super lightweight. And we like the Nixy Newport a lot for smaller paddlers, particularly because of the nice sporty shape. The smaller tail gives the Newport a really fun feel on the water for average to larger paddlers, but can reduce the stability just a little bit. But for smaller paddlers, it's excellent. It provides great stability, a lot of speed, and it's just a super fun board. Lastly, we've included the Nixy Newport on our list because it has one of our favorite kit paddles. The Nixy paddle is a carbon hybrid paddle. This paddle is actually quite lightweight for a kit paddle. It's also nice and stiff, and it has an excellent feel in the water with a blade that's not too big and not too small. The Atoll 11-foot all-around stand-up paddleboard is a bit like a Swiss Army knife. It's got a nice lightweight construction with a lightweight carrying bag and carbon fiber paddle. It's set up to be very usable outside the box with a large cargo area up front. It's kayak seat compatible with the D-rings here in the middle, and it's got a lot of space in the back as well for you to customize with additional bungee cords or other tie downs or putting a cooler or anything like that. Adding to that versatility on the deck, you've got a US fin box on the bottom, which lets you swap your fin out for any number of hundreds of different options out there to match exactly what you're up to. The Bote HD Aero combines a high-capacity, all-around stand-up paddleboard with features that make it a breeze to get started in stand-up paddleboard fishing. In addition to a variety of things that you'd expect to see on an all-around paddleboard, like a large front cargo area and additional D-rings throughout the board, the Bote HD also has these slide-in fishing racks to allow you to attach the Bote Aero rack fishing rack. And these extra D-rings here, they're designed to work perfectly with the Bote Kula coolers. And the Bote HD also comes stock with the Bote paddle sheath to hold your paddle while you're fishing. In the front, you also have Bote's MagnaPod accessory system, and that lets you attach a number of different accessories like speakers, coffee tumblers, water bottles, and other things with a magnetic attachment. You just stick on there and they're good to go. With its increased carrying capacity, its excellent stability at 34 inches wide, and all these additional features, the Bote HD makes an excellent choice for those either getting started in stand-up paddleboard fishing or who are wanting to take it to the next level. Well, there you have it, 10 of our favorite inflatable stand-up paddleboards for 2022. For more information about these boards, check us out at InflatableBoarder.com, where we've got full-length reviews with dozens of photos where we get into the nitty-gritty details of construction, performance, and everything else in between. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or check us out at InflatableBoarder.com and drop us a line. Thanks, and safe paddling.